everybody, and welcome. So, today I'm reacting to two of Foodie Beauty's videos. The first one being her mukbang, and the second one is a live stream that she just completed not too long ago. As far as the mukbang, I will let everybody know I'm not going to react to the entire mukbang. There's really just no need. It's just Chantal eating. I'm going to be reacting to the comments section. We're going to see just a section of the mukbang and the comments section, and then just keep it pushing. And the main meat and potatoes will be her live stream because I've got some comments on it. So let's talk about Foodie Beauty for a second. Lately, she's been stepping it up with doing more and more and more mukbangs. Now, those of you that watched my react yesterday, you'll remember that I said that Foodie, she's desperate to make money. She's desperate for views. She's desperate for engagement. So she's really, really reaching back into the very back part of her past closet and pulling things out that once worked for making money. She's not trying to come up with new ideas, something original, something creative. She's using topics and things from her past to carry her through to make just another paycheck. I keep telling you, Foodie, I keep telling you, but just in case you didn't get it the first time, let me just say it one more time. When you are a grifter and a scammer, how you get away with grifting and scamming people is whatever games you're playing, you have to keep changing the game. Because if you don't change the game, those that you're trying to scam and grift, there is a great percentage of a chance that they will catch on to what you're doing. And then once that happens, the gig is up. You might as well just stop playing the game. In your case, Foodie, you've been doing the same things too long, using the same tactics, the same patterns, and everybody has picked up on them. But instead of realizing that and saying the gig is up, I've got to abandon this scam game and do something different, you want to continue on as if nobody knows. Nobody's aware. Everybody is aware of you. They're aware of your tactics. They are aware of your patterns. They know all of your tells. Everybody has caught on to what you are doing. Even the people that are your VIBs. They know what's up. A lot of them just don't care though. They get into VIB chat to talk to each other, maybe to talk to you, but they're not entirely stupid. They just choose to support you. So before I get into the stuff on Twitter and the mukbang and the live stream, a little side note. So I do pay attention to the comments from people left on my videos. A few of you have commented that sometimes the sound goes up and down. I would like to apologize to you for that happening. That could be happening for a couple of reasons. Sometimes when I start my reacts, I don't have the volume turned up, and then I realize it midway through, and then I turn it up. So if that is the reason, again, I apologize, especially to those of you that wear headphones. I know that headphones intensify the sound. Another thing of note, just something that should be known, the microphone that I'm using currently right now, it has a homemade cover on the top of it because when I don't have the cover on there, the sound of my voice is just a little bit too harsh, in my opinion. I've got sensitive ears. And I have the cover on there because, for those who do not know, I have a little bit of a lisp when it comes to my S's and my T's, and I hate the way that sounds on my microphone. So I put the cover on there to kind of mitigate that a little bit. So again, if that has to do with the sound going up and down, I apologize. I will work on finding a better mic so that your experience of listening to me react would be much more pleasant. Just want to throw that out there. So, where are we going to start first? Well, let's start with this stuff on Twitter because there's always interesting stuff on Twitter. Okay. All right. So, there's Twitter. Oh, is that my Twitter? I just want to make sure. There it is. Okay, this is from Katie. Katie says, wait, what vegetables? If Doll is considering the curly fries a vegetable, then that just confirms it is definitely Chantal. So here is a screenshot from her latest mukbang. And here she is posting to praise herself, to defend herself, saying, and for all of you haters that are incoming, this is a normal meal that any of you skinny people would eat. Bread, meat, vegetables isn't going to be the end of her. I'm sorry. I don't see any vegetables in front of her. Does Chantal consider ketchup a vegetable? Because there might be tomatoes in it. Well, it's tomatoes also mixed with sugar. There is sugar in ketchup. So I'm sorry, Chantal, you can't consider that a portion of a vegetable. Your adjustication says she doesn't understand how taxes work or why they need to be paid. All she understands is that the government wants her money and she doesn't want to give it to them. Yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down to. She has money. She does not want to get the money and give it to somebody else. She wants to keep it in pocket to aid in her self gratification, whatever that may be, whether it's men or food. Your hidden truth says, if you're Muslim, it's cool to be an Islamic country. The thing she says, also, she loves Kuwait because it's tax free, but forgets that Kuwaiti depend on oil to keep the country tax free. She ran from Canada to avoid paying taxes, but we've been known about that. Anybody from watching Chantal, we knew that's why she was leaving Canada. Aside from the fact that Salah was in Kuwait, she has her bankruptcies and she's got to pay them back. And she thinks that by running to another country, that she can get out of paying for those debts. But let's watch the clip regardless.
Living in a tax-free country is pretty awesome, I have to say. Like, imagine, let's say you make 100K a year. You get to keep all of your 100K. Like, it's really cool thing. And the different food, the different culture.
Here is the big problem with what you're doing, Foodie. You are not a resident of Kuwait. You are a visitor. You are there under a tourist visa, which means you can't stay there full time. You got to keep bouncing around from place to place. You know, you might stay somewhere for a few months and then bounce somewhere else for a few months. So you are so determined to run from your taxes and your debts that you are bouncing around. You're not a permanent resident of anywhere except Canada, and you're not even a permanent resident there because you don't have a home in Canada anymore. But if you could live anywhere and be a resident, it would be Canada, not Kuwait. So you can sit there and praise Kuwait all you like about the food and the culture and whatever else you like. I'm sure there's a lot of great things about Kuwait, but you're not a resident. You are a visitor. And just like with all visitors who go to other people's homes or other countries, at some point you have to leave. You cannot stay. And your tourist visa is going to be up in a few weeks. So we're all waiting to see what you're going to do. Where are you going to end up next? You're going to go back home to Canada? Are you going to end up in Thailand? Are you going to be traveling alone? We'll see. Hey, this is a little palate cleanser from Science Girl. Now, I love crystals, y'all. I absolutely love big crystals, crystal pendants, all of that, oversized pendants. Pardon me, excuse me. Look at all the beautiful amethyst. Oh, I would love to go rock hunting and find that. Look at that. Oh, do you know how much people pay for something like that? Hundreds of dollars, and well worth it. Look at the beautiful formations. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Just amethyst everywhere. Mm-mm-mm. And a little helpful tip for anybody who cannot do this, that you are into crystals and rocks, and you're like, I want some really quality crystals. Where can I find some? Well, as someone that I am a crystal enthusiast, little tip for me. I know that if you go to metaphysical shops, you're going to pay an arm and a leg and maybe even a kidney for a nice crystal. Bypass all that crap. Go straight to eBay and do a search. Trust me, there's all kinds of beautiful crystals from great sellers, anything you want, necklaces, you name it. Go on eBay. You'll find it cheaper, you'll find it better, you'll find a better variety. Another little palette cleanser from Massimo. Here's something interesting for you. Apples are generally red, green, yellow, but if the right geographical conditions are met, they can apparently grow dark purple, almost black as well. These rare apples are called black diamond, and they are currently only grown in the mountains of Tibet. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful color. You're right, it's like a dark purple, almost dark black. I wonder how they taste. I wonder if they taste sweet or slightly sweet or not sweet at all. I would be interested to know. I'd try it. But imagine that, an apple that looks that dark. It's gorgeous. This is another one from Science Girl, another palette cleanser. This one is not amethyst, it's quartz. Now, I love myself some quartz. Love quartz all day. That's a beautiful specimen right there. I would pay for that. All right. Back to Chantal. We've had our palate cleansers. Let's go back to Chantal. So this is from Coffee Drinker and Ham Hat. This is from Chantal's Reddit. Somebody caught this. Aspires to be sweet, says Chantal, at 25 minutes, 13 seconds. You were asked if you intend to keep talking about other people who smoke, and you said, why not? But I don't have any pets around here, though. However, at the urging of your chat to see your hamster at 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 19 seconds, you stand up from where you have been sitting for 90 minutes while smoking literally nonstop and reach over to access the hamster without even leaving the frame of your camera. You lied. You lied about the welfare of yet another animal. This, Chantal, is why you are called disparaging names. And this is why no one trusts what you say or do. Right, because Chantal lies. She loves to lie to people. She'll lie to your face. She gets a kick out of lying and thinking that she's might be getting away with it or she has gotten away with it. It's just a big game to her and she gets a kick out of it. It's just weird. All right, another palate cleanser from Science Girl. The Alpine ibex is a species of wild goat that lives in the mountains of the European Alps. A skilled climber, it is well adapted to thrive in the steep and rugged terrains located above alpine forest, comfortable at high elevations, including this chimney. Can we just give a round of applause to this goat? Because not only did it get on a chimney, but it did it with those two gigantic horns on his head. The amount of balance involved in that. Let's just give a round of applause to that goat. I mean, well done. Well done, sir or ma'am. That's a feat in itself. But he did it. He or she did it. Well done. All right, another one from Hidden Truths. This is Foodie saying she's not miserable at all. Let's watch.
Hi, Bear Punk. You're like the only person here, or what? Where is everybody? Get in here now. No. Hi, Bear Punk.
And that's literally the reaction that she has when she starts up a live chat and there's not people immediately in the chat. She's like, where is everybody? Everybody get in here. Why? Why should they come, Chantal? Answer me that. Why should anybody watch you? What are they tuning in for? What do they have to look forward to? You're not even trying. You're not trying to help yourself. You're not trying to entertain your audience. You insist on people watching you, but what for? Can you answer that question for me? What are they tuning in for? Is the height of excitement with Foodie Beauty watching her, meaning you, sitting on a couch, smoking, talking about old subjects that are not interesting anymore? That's worth tuning in for? Because I don't think so. I really don't think so. You get mad at the reaction channels for getting the most engagement, for maybe getting more super chats, but that's because there's something going on. People are tuning in because there might be something interesting being said, some interesting topics. You're not offering anything. So is it any surprise if you start up a live stream and there's nobody there, or it does take a while for people to start showing up? You're not giving them a reason to stay subscribed. You're not giving them a reason to watch you versus a reaction channel or perhaps another channel on YouTube that might be of more interest. You are absolutely oblivious to the fact that YouTube is a big place. There's lots to do. There's lots to watch. So if you want people to tune into you, you got to be aware of the competition. You got to step it up. You got to work. Get to work. Stop relying on the fact that you had a heyday and once upon a time you were making money on YouTube. Once upon a time people tuned into you and Amberlyn Reed. Those days are over. Your channel is dying. Your health is bad. Things are at critical mass right now. Stop lying to yourself. Stop living in the fantasy world. At some point, the Foodie Beauty train, it might come to a full stop. Then what are you going to do? You know, if you want your channel to be successful again, you have to work for it this time. There's going to be no free meals here. You've been on vacation from hard work for the longest. It's time to get off vacation. Hidden Truth says, Foodie Beauty, if she thinks she can get Sam back, something tells me that a family member has him or the mom. Yeah, that's kind of the thinking. That's the rumor that somebody she knows has Sam. It could be the aunt. It could be the mom. Because if somebody that she did not know has Sam, then the chances of getting him back would be virtually none. But the way she's talking as if maybe somebody she knows or that she's related to has the cat. So let's, well, I thought that was a video clip. I guess it's not, my bad. But even if a family member or a friend has the cat, Sam should not go back to Chantal. Period. No, he's okay where he's at. Leave him alone. This is from Perfectly Imperfect. Hello, ma'am. And Shenanigans says her opinion about Natter changed after the Sam's Bar Lounge videos came out, but yet she was still trying to message Natter as early as September, months after the videos came out. She always tries to change history. And this is also courtesy of Shenanigans. So the crap Natter said on live stream, disgusting by the way, was the nail in the coffin, but not his alleged blank of you. Make this make sense. So let's watch the clip.
Honestly, like being with Salah over time just made me completely forget about it completely. And then the more I saw, like the more disgusting things he did and said, like about Gary and all that stuff, like and the videos from Sam's, that was really revealing. That's when I found out everything. So I was just like, wow, you know. Like eventually the rose colored glasses just they were.
Can I please just say something to everybody watching this react? I've said this before. I would like to say it again so we just keep it in our minds. I'm keeping it in my mind, and I hope whoever you are watching this video, you do too. Understand what's going on here. This is a manipulation game played by Chantal. She's bringing up things from her past. She's talking about Natter. She's talking about the alleged hurt that he did to her. This is her poking at people with a purpose, because the purpose in mind is to make money. It's also to get engagement through comments or thumbs up or thumbs down or super chats or super stickers or membership signups. She's looking for whatever she can get out of this. And even if you don't give money to Chantal, you don't do the super chats or the super stickers or the membership signups, even if all you do is leave a comment, that still helps her, because that is still considered engagement. It helps her because it pushes her into the YouTube algorithm to where she's in people's recommended. So, if you're someone and you don't like Chantal, which I absolutely understand, there's not much to like about her. If you don't like her, if she makes you angry, please don't give her what she wants. I don't just mean money, I mean engagement, because she is fishing for the engagement. Anything at all you want to offer up. She's saying things that are irritating. She is poking at people. She's kicking the hornet's nest for a purpose, so that she'll be back in the algorithm, that when you search for the Foodie Beauty channel, it'll be on top of the page versus near the bottom beneath all the reaction channels. She's fishing. So when she throws that hook into the water, don't bite it. I'm not biting it. I hope you don't either. She has reached the bottom of the barrel. The desperation is very real here. And it's not our fault. It's not the fault of the reaction channels that she's drifted down that low and that far. It's hers for not taking steps to make her content interesting. And she's been relying too long on the reaction channels covering her to bring her views. But there's only so much we can do, Chantal. Your channel has been on life support for the longest. But there's only so much we can do as far as people knowing about you. You got to take an active role. You got to pull your channel out of the hole. It's not our job. We can't do all the work. Okay? We're just here to cover you. You want your channel to be better, you got to work on it. But you guys don't like Chantal? Remember, absolutely no engagement. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You can make your decisions on your own. That is your freedom. That is your right as a person, as someone on YouTube. But if you want to send a message, no engagement. My advice. Okay, this is from Queen of WTF saying someone in chat mentioned the smoking around pets. Chantal, it's not smoking here, guys, I promise. I'm sorry. I'm not a pack a day smoker. I'm not even a half a pack a day smoker. But just smoking one cigarette in a small room will make it smoky. If you're someone and you live in an apartment, and this is something that should be known, sometimes in an apartment, before you move in, the landlords will specifically state in the contract, in the lease, that you can't smoke in the apartment. Why? Because if you smoke in the apartment, that cigarette smoke, it gets into the paint. And then once you move out, they have to repaint everything. I had an old apartment building like that. Smoking was prohibited inside the house, have to go outside, because if I smoked inside the house, the smell of the smoke would be in the paint and the paint would turn yellow, and they didn't want anything to do with that. So, with that said, Chantal, if you're in that apartment and you're smoking that shisha smoke, and if a shisha is 100 times more concentrated than a cigarette, the smell of the smoke is going to be inside the space. It's going to be real smoky. And remember, even after you're done smoking the shisha, you're still breathing that air, and so is the hamster. A small apartment holds smoke for a long time. The Angry Scott says, it seems all the sock supporter accounts in the world can't help Foodie Beauty get over 500 viewers into a stream. Good. I'm here for the slow death of her channel and seeing what behaviors it creates. Yeah, so that's how many people were watching the live stream. Less than 500. And with a channel that's over 92K, Chantal, that's sad. That is absolutely sad, especially considering that there are reaction channels that are really, really small, that they're pulling 2 to 3 times the number of viewers that you do. But again, instead of just sitting down at the table and saying, what are they doing that I'm not doing, that I should be doing? Just taking notes, doing some homework, doing some research. You refuse to change anything. And then you wonder why you're doing so poorly. Hidden Truth, this is from the new live stream saying Foodie Beauty says she hates pools because of dirty band-aids and hair. What pool has that? I've never seen a public pool like that. What is she talking about? And the crazy thing about her saying that, so she's got a prejudice against public pools. But yet we saw the state of her villa with the moldy pots and the fruit flies and the garbage everywhere. But let's run away from a public pool? I just think it's because she doesn't want to deal with the water and possibly getting wet and clean. But let's watch.
Find an indoor pool and water exercises. Yeah, but there's band-aids and body hair in pools. It's disgusting.
I think she knows there's no dirty band-aids in pools or tons of hair. She just doesn't want to go out in public and be seen by people without filters. That's what I think it is. She doesn't want the possibility of real people seeing her without any kind of filters. That's what I think. You don't want to get in the water and get clean, even though that's not the proper way to get clean, be dirty and get into a pool. But on top of the, having an aversion to getting wet, Chantal, you just don't want the possibility of anybody walking up and maybe trying to swim in the pool and you're already there and they can see you without those doggone filters. This is from Shenanigans regarding Sam, not now, as if she actually can. Dang it. My throat. Regarding Sam, not now, as if she ever actually considered spending her food bee money on him anyways, please. Yeah, so the cost of bringing a pet over to Kuwait would be extremely expensive. and she brings that up here. But we've been known that she was never going to get Sam back. But she pretty much confirms that here. So let's listen.
I'm just, I don't know. Please confirm you will not take Sam all the way to Kuwait. Um, yeah, not now. I consulted like one of those services that like take care of everything and ship the cat to you. They're like, yeah, so our prices start at 5,000 USD. I was like, what? Sorry, Sam. Oh my god.
Now, if anybody ever needed proof that she does not love her pets, you just got it. It it was right there. Because if she really loved her pets, I don't know how much money Chantal is making on YouTube anymore, but I remember back in the day when 5 grand was a drop in the bucket for her. And if it's a lot of money for her these days, if you love your pet and somebody says, yeah, it'll cost you 5 grand to have your pet shipped over and you got to go through this process and you need the paperwork. If you love your pet, if you are attached to your pet, you'll go, okay, let me get the process started. Let me start saving some money. There are lots of pet owners that love their pets that I've known and talked to pet owners that they've spent thousands of dollars on their pets at the vet just to keep them healthy. But thank goodness somebody told her it would cost a lot of money to take Sam over there and made her not want to do it. That was a saving grace. But if she really loves Sam the way that she proclaims she loves him, she would go, okay, start saving the money, make it happen. But all she hears is it's going to cost her a lot of money, and she just turns her back on the idea. Thank goodness it does cost a lot of money. That's all I'm going to say.
Like 10,000 to bring a cat here. So the bet, like, if I were to do that, I would have to like go to Canada and come and get him and bring him with me. Buy an extra seat for him to be on the plane with me. That's the
No, you don't have to buy an extra seat. I know this for fact. Maybe it's changed now. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But when I traveled from Florida to California, when I moved to Cali, the way it was then, I don't know if it's the way now because it's been well over a decade when this happened. But I traveled with my cat Snowball and I had her in a carrier. I did not have to buy an extra seat. I just had to keep her in a cat carrier and put the cat carrier beneath the seat, and she couldn't come out. Now, if the policies have changed since then, they've changed, but I'm just giving you the knowledge that I had from that time period. But I haven't heard about you have to buy an extra seat for a pet. You just have to keep them in the carrier.
best option. I'm just, I don't know. Please confirm you will not.
So, you know, if she's raising an eyebrow over $5,000, that's a lot of money for her these days. That's an indicator of how much money she's lost over the last several months. Because again, the old Chantal, 5 grand, she wouldn't even blink an eyelash over that. But if she's doing that now, that means her money is shrinking. That's why you need to start working on your channel, Chantal, and stop coming up with all these lame brain ideas about trying to get into other communities and grab at views, doing content that you have no interest in. Okay, this is from Queen of WTF saying, wow, she is just giving up completely now, just leaning into that bedbound arc that will be here before we know it. Well, I told you guys that I just felt that energy from Chantal that she is just throwing up her hands and saying, I quit. And I guess she confirms it here. Let's watch.
Don't you want to physically be able to keep up with your husband? Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know, not really. Like, what? I don't feel like running around and going hiking and stuff. Don't you want to physically be able to keep up with your husband? Yeah, but at the same time,
There's You know what, Chantal? You are best friends with Mr. and Mrs. Yeah But. There's always a yeah but in the picture. I could do this, yeah, but. I could do that, yeah, but. I should do that, yeah, but. Like, you're best friends with the yeah buts. You need to break off that friendship because that friendship is what's hurting you. You know what you should do, you know what you could do, but then you get stuck in that yeah, but living room and you don't want to come out. You find excuses and reasons not to do things. And what it all boils down to is anything that you need to do that would benefit you requires work. And you have an aversion to work, the way you have an aversion to bathing. You don't want anything to do with either one of those. If there's a quick, easy path, if there's a shortcut, you'll try and take it. But some things in life you have to work on, yourself included. And with the way that you have hurt yourself and the way you've ruined yourself, since it took this long to get to the state that you're in, it's going to take just as long, if not longer, to undo the damage if it's going to get undone. And you've reached a critical point where if you don't turn things around really, really soon, I'm not wishing this upon you. Something might happen. You might have a serious medical emergency. And you're in Kuwait. You were in Canada and you could benefit off that health care. But if you're in Kuwait, you're not even a citizen, you cannot partake in the health care there. And with all of your severe problems, do you want to be in another country and try to seek treatment? You may or may not get the best treatment for all of your ailments. That's why you need to back off on the mukbangs and understand that the mukbang trend is dying. It's not what it used to be. It's not as profitable as it used to be. Your heyday has been long over. The days of watching Foodie Beauty and Amberlyn Reed and just watching them eat and goofing on it a little bit, everything has changed. Everything has changed since that time. The world has changed. People's attitudes have changed. The world went through that very, very difficult, painful period of the vid. The vid changed everybody's points of view, made them value simple things. A lot of people have a different perspective now. You know, a lot of people cannot live excessively. So when they see people like yourself and Amber still living excessively and foolishly and not caring about your health, they look at it with different eyes now. You know, like you are yesterday's news. And you're not even trying to keep yourself relevant. You're not even trying to change and evolve and be a different person. You got all the tools, resources, and money you need. But you're not bothering to try. So you get what you get, Chantal. Your life or lack of life is up to you. Okay, this is cool. This is from the vegan. I remember my cat Snowball doing this and Booger. Pets love doing this. They absolutely love doing this. It's so comfortable for them, especially in the summer. They love the air tent situation. They absolutely adore it. Booger adored when I would put the sheets on the bed and then this would happen. She would just stay in there for hours. It's a very pretty picture from abandoned places. No one comes to play here anymore. I feel sad looking at that because that was a place of fun for the kids and then look at it now. It almost begs to be made into an ambiance video. I think I might make an ambiance video out of that. Hidden Truth says Foodie Beauty, now she's copying Alex Shook with her intro and Stephanie Sue with her story time. Why did she say mukbang like that as if she's mocking the accent? And no, your chewing doesn't sound good with or without the tiny mic. Chewing and sounds are awful anyway. So she's doing another mukbang. There's no change in the background. She's still got the plastic on the table. Is it the table? People have said that's her bedroom. Why are you eating in your bedroom, Chantal? But everything looks bland. The food looks bland. It doesn't look colorful. It doesn't look like anything any of us would want to eat. It just looks like your basic fast food meal. This is not a video that would stand out amongst a group of, say, 100 videos that people could pick to watch as far as mukbangs. Just Chantal being lazy. Let's watch it.
Hey, welcome back to another mukbang, mukbang, mukbang. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm annoying. So let's dig in. I need to get it while the cheese pull is still hot. So I use my medication to probably these boxes. Okay, so you can see the food. I don't know how you can see it very well here, but all right.
Okay, something to be known before we get into the mukbang itself. And I found a tweet, and I think I have it here in the feed with me. So somebody went through and they added up all the calories for that mukbang. Y'all ready? 2,900 calories. Just to put it in perspective, I'm 5'4", about 130 pounds. My calorie intake should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day. That's for the entire day. Chantal put away more than that just with this one meal. That's why I say if she's eating easily 6,000 calories a day, because she eats nothing but fast food, she's gaining between 1 to 2 pounds a day every day. It takes a certain amount of calories to maintain 500 pounds. And if you're eating over that amount, you're gaining more on top of that. But this one meal was almost 3,000 calories. That's insane. That's insane, Chantal. Okay, somebody broke it down. And thank you for doing this. Lover of all creatures saying double mushroom Swiss, 980 calories. Large curly fries, 480 calories. Mozzarella sticks, 400 calories. Cheese bites, 400 calories. Fanta drink, 160 calories. And then somebody else pointed out 2 large curly fries that she poured into one box. So she got 2 servings of fries because one serving just isn't enough. Let's go for 2. Let's go for broke. There's not enough fried food in front of us. You know, like the cheese bites could have just done the job by themselves, but no, we need more fries. Must have more fries. 2,900 calories, y'all. Good God. That's entirely too much. That would be a meal that I wouldn't be able to finish all of it. I would finish enough to where I felt full but not overstuffed, and then I'd be good for the rest of the day. That's it. Because I'm not into that life of overstuffing myself, because then you just feel sick. Florida Salt and Sat says, being locked in a shoebox in the extreme heat is really doing a number on her. Yikes. Point and Laugh says, Chantal has a new sock. Credit to Reddit. So credit to the person on Reddit. Oh, so here's the new sock. Fatima Abdullah. So we went from not another halal doll to using another woman's profile picture, because she paid for the last picture that she used. That was a stock picture. So we got another sock. So somebody posted saying, I'm here for this OG content, mukbang and story times, drama free. The parasites only want their messy you because it benefits them and feeds their delusional narratives. And she replies as herself, saying, "Thanks for the support, Lucy. And you're right about the parasites." So even though she's using a sock, she's replying like Chantal would reply. So you outed another sock you had. But at this point, I don't think Chantal cares about whether people know she has a sock. All she cares about is getting the engagement back up. And if she has to make a million socks and leave a million comments to put herself back in the YouTube recommended to get that engagement, that's what she has to do. That's why I tell all of you, you want to send a message to Foodie, no engagement whatsoever. If you got something to say, my advice to you, find a reaction channel you like. Anyone you like. There's so many of them. Find a clip channel. If they have a live chat, go in there and you can speak your opinion and give your engagement to that person instead. That's what I would do. But feel free to do as you like. I'm not going to be bossy and tell you what to do. Hidden Truth says, Foodie Beauty, is she eating her bedroom? Yeah, this happened a couple of times before. Chantal, why are you eating in your bedroom? Especially if your bedroom it's so bare, it's so beige. It's very unflattering. You don't even, you can't hang anything on the wall behind you to kind of add some color. It looks so washed out. All right, so that's it for everything on Twitter. Now we're going to cover just a small portion of this mukbang. That's it. That is all, folks. I am not about that life of watching her eat. I don't like it. It's gross. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to cover some of the comments. We're going to cover a small snippet of this. We're going straight to the live stream. I think that's the best plan. Let's go to the comments because I'm doing this for a reason, Foodie. You like to say that the reaction channels are haters, right? Well, the people in your comment sections, some of these might be your own viewers. They are the people that might potentially be watching your live streams and your videos, and they're putting money in your pocket. But you like to say the reaction channels, we all hate you. We don't like you. They were putting out a hateful narrative of you. But yet, we as reaction channels, we don't control people on YouTube. We just put our opinions out there. And if people agree or disagree, that is up to them. But this comment section, these are all people that are not reaction channels. And they're giving some valid points here. And that's why I cover them. So if you don't want to listen to the reaction channels, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. You can take the point of view of they're going to say what they want to say, what they need to say to monetize a video and make money. But you can't say that about people that don't have channels, that aren't making content reacting to you. These are viewers. And at the end of the day, aren't you making money off of people who view videos and live chats? Shouldn't you take their opinions and feelings into consideration when making your channel and your content? I think you should. So if you care, listen to what the people have to say. Lychee Dream says, always amazed about how you can be halfway through or at the end of a big meal and talking about what you want to eat next. That is something Chantal's done for the longest. I remember when she was doing the live streams at the villa, she'd be eating a meal, talking about the next meal, or in the process of ordering another meal before the first meal was finished. It was frightening to watch. And what's worse is that you had the Foodie people in her chat egging her on to order more food. They'd be talking about food. They'd be like, yeah, let's get some ice cream. Yeah, let's get some cake. Let's do this. Let's do that. They just kept egging her on. Some of them might have been trolls doing that. Some of them might have been the Foodie people doing that because the Foodie people, they don't care about her. They care about getting their fetish fulfilled. And Chantal is all about making her money. So, like the Foodie people and Chantal, they kind of fed off each other. But she's always done that. She's always done that thing of eating a meal, not even done with the meal, not even waiting until she's done to decide, am I still hungry? Do I want more food? Like her obsession with food is off the charts. She needs strict, locked down inpatient or jail, which is a form of inpatient, I guess. That would stop her from eating so much. But her level of obsession with food is so severe, she would need strict, locked down inpatient where she could not walk out. She would be constantly monitored. She could not sneak food in order to get that obsession under control. If you leave Chantal alone, she's going to do what she wants to do, and what she wants to do is not good for her. As long as she's in front of the Foodie people, as long as they are wanting their fetish fulfilled and she's doing it, it's going to be a toxic cycle. It's going to be a toxic circle. May says, OMG, these portions are insane. People were saying that KFC was a family meal, but this definitely isn't. She's definitely going to get bigger over there in Kuwait. She already has. She's gotten a lot bigger. She's buying the biggest size abayas that are out there, like a size 60. And they look like bodycon dresses on her. And they shouldn't, because they're supposed to be loose and flowing and comfortable to be able to deal with the intense heat in Kuwait. But if you're wearing an abaya and it's as tight as a bodycon dress, it's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be loose and flowing and allow for airflow. It's going to cling to your skin. And if it's of a darker color, that darker color clothing holds in the heat. How is that going to be comfortable? You're gonna basically cook yourself like a turkey. Karma says, if your husband cared about you, he would never bring you home that much food. That's not a beauty bite. That's a death bite. I agree. That's not a beauty bite anymore. There's nothing cute about it. There's nothing beautiful about it. Chantal, you're doing self-harm content on YouTube. You're hurting yourself. And everybody's watching it. It's not pretty. What's sad is that you could do something about this, but you don't. You've thrown up your hands. You're giving up. What can we do? There's nothing we can do. Nobody can tell you what to do. But this attitude that you have of you are so hell-bent on sticking it to the reaction channels and sticking it to the haters that you will literally hurt yourself trying to prove some ridiculous point. You'll stay in Kuwait and you'll be with a man that does not love you rather than say, you know what? You guys are right. He's not right for me. He doesn't love me. I should go back home. You absolutely refuse to admit when you're wrong. Like you just can't swallow that pill. Can't do it. You're tripping over your pride, girl. You need to get over it. Sparrow Wren says, can I ask why you hate the haters so much? They say what they say, and you do what you want anyway. You always have. Doing what you want has led you to exactly where you are now because you clearly know what's best. Just curious is all. She has a rebellious attitude. She doesn't care about her health. She didn't care about her pets. She doesn't care about anything except sticking it to the haters. I don't know why that's so important to her, but it is. Proving us all wrong is the most important thing. It supersedes her health. That's the point of view she has. Sarah says, if Islam really changed your life, why are you still indulging in gluttony and smoking shisha online? Gluttony is a sin in Islam, and smoking is highly looked down upon. What you do in private is up to you, but exposing yourself like this on the internet is not Islamic. Well, Chantal makes up her own rules as far as being a Muslim woman. And I've mentioned this before. So for those that did not catch it in the previous react, please let me just state it out loud again. I think Foodie has gone full blast with catering to the feedy people. And because there are so many people out there already, men and women, who cater to that fetish, she is trying to find a way to create a unique category where there's not so much competition by, in my opinion, cosplaying as a Muslim woman doing mukbangs. I'm sure there's not as many of those as there are people doing regular mukbangs. So she's trying to separate herself away from the competition and find a way to make herself unique and special and make more money. Her wearing the abaya, her wearing the hijab, in my opinion, it has nothing to do with faith, with feeling spiritual. It has to do with, I'm trying to make money in a certain way, and so I have to make myself stand out. So this is what we're going to do. So she's going to get online. She's going to eat. She's going to smoke. Things that perhaps real Muslim women would abstain from doing because they're true to their faith. Pearly Bob says, is gluttony a sin in Islam? Isn't it an overindulgence that really isn't godly? What is Foodie thinking? Again, she makes up her own rules. Nobody's going to tell her she's wrong. She makes up her own rules. So remember, Chantal, like all these people in the comments section, these are not reaction channels talking to you. These are people that they have an opinion. They've got feelings. They're not monetizing their feelings. This is just them talking. So if there are people in your comments section that are saying similar things to what you'd hear on a reaction channel, can't you conclude from that we are not haters? We're just telling the truth. Monetized channel or not, people are watching your content and they're feeling a certain kind of way. Maybe you want that. You're hurting yourself. You're doing self-harm content. That's really what it boils down to. It's self-harm content. You are hurting yourself. You are 500 pounds. You can barely walk. You can barely breathe. You're hurting yourself. There's nothing funny about that. Stop trying to hang on to old things that no longer work. Find new things that do work. Okay. So we've covered some of the comments. So let me just cover a small snippet of this and then we'll move on to the live.
Welcome back to another mukbang. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm annoying. So let's dig in. I need to get it while the cheese pull is still hot. So
yeah, because that's the most important part about a fast food meal, making sure that the cheese sticks, that the cheese doesn't get hard, despite the fact that you don't have a gallbladder and you really shouldn't be eating cheese. But please go ahead, Chantal.
I use my medication to probably these boxes. Okay, so you can see the food. I don't know how you can see it very well here, but all right. So we have Fanta. I have a mushroom Swiss burger from BK, my favorite place. Curly fries. We have ketchup here. I'm just going to put ketchup.
I have to agree with the person that said that looks like a double order of fries because that's a lot. You can't tell me that's just one order. It looks like 2 or 3.
It's like randomly on this plastic thing because that's what they're for. I love these things.
Yeah, well, so is a plate. I mean, plates were invented to put food on. You don't have to put the ketchup on the table. They got plates for that. They got bowls for that. They got a lot of things for that.
Matzo sticks and jalapeno cheddar nugget bites things. And I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite creepiest stories.
Oh, so you're trying to mix in like a creepy pasta with the mukbang? Is that what we're doing today? You want to do a creepy pasta? Ma'am, I love creepy pastas. I will seek out videos of creepy pastas and I'll listen to them and be well entertained. But trying to do a creepy pasta and mix that in with a mukbang, please stop. Please stop trying to profit off of other communities that are doing the content and doing it well. You're doing too much.
I know some of you like these, some of you don't. Beauty bite. I'm hungry. I'm probably going to devour this so fast.
Oh, we know, and you shouldn't.
Is there cheese pull? A little bit. Beauty bite. I'm so hungry.
Look at that. This is why I don't want to watch her mukbang, y'all. Because she puts the food in her mouth and she doesn't even take the time to chew. It's like she feels like she's in a hurry. Chantal, no one's going to take that food away from you. And I don't understand. Please help me here. When you do the live chats, if it's not a mukbang, you will do different things to run up the meter, to make the video longer, right? So here you are doing a mukbang video, which I'm sure you want to be as long as possible. So why are you rushing through the food? Why not slow the F down and chew the food? Take that few extra seconds to chew the food and taste it and then swallow it. Why are you racing through the food like that?
By the way, I'm eating with a microphone, so I'm going to test it out. See? Oh.
I would prefer if you took the clip-on microphone and took it off and then just have another type of microphone sitting beside you. Trust me, the sound will still pick up. The microphone does not need to be that close to your mouth, especially considering how messy you are with your eating. You might ruin it by food dripping down on it.
If it doesn't sound nice, I'll leave it out next time.
You know, Chantal, wow. I know I'm quiet for a second, but I'm watching her. And I remember the old school Chantal that she would sit down to eat and she would just be so giddy and so happy about the eating. And here she is eating this fast food, and fast food is her absolute favorite. And she's not feeling it no more. Like she's trying so hard to fake being happy eating this, but she's not happy. Like she couldn't even give us a half-hearted eye roll. The joy is no longer there, Chantal. Why continue doing this?
Orange Fanta. Oh, I need to slow down. I was so hungry. These are so good.
Okay, this is boring. For anybody who wants to watch her full-on mukbang, you can watch it perhaps through another reaction channel or clip channel. They might have covered it all. But I don't want to watch her eat. I don't want to watch this self-harm content. No. Like I've seen Chantal eat a bazillion times. there's nothing interesting here. Why go on with this? No, we're out. I told you I want to cover a small clip of that and just keep it moving, keep it pushing. So we're going to go on to the live chat. We're going to bypass the mukbang because who cares? I don't care. Chantal knows what she's doing to her body is wrong. She knows she's hurting herself and she doesn't give a crap. So enough with that. Y'all don't want to hear her crunch and make rude, gross noises. I am right there with you. So let's just keep it pushing over here.
Right, 4 5. Yeah, we're married. What do you think? Thank you, Fernanda. You are too, honestly, always positive.
And she did this live stream kind of early in the morning. So, Chantal, why not get your sleep? I mean, it would only make sense to get your rest. You have to know that it's not good for you to be up early in the morning smoking shisha, doing a live stream. Just go get some sleep, girl.
I'm smoking all the time. I save my smoking for live stream because you guys make me nervous. Hi, Gomes. Just some, if men's are.
You know what? Before we get into her, I know I'm all over the place. Y'all just tolerate me today, y'all. I was up till 4 in the morning doing laundry. I'm doing laundry again. I'm still kind of ragged and tired. Maybe you can hear that in my voice. But so I'm a little bit all over the place today. Let's go on to the comments. Let's get those out of the way before the live stream because she does get annoying with the shisha. Shisha B says, I have to watch my sodium intake. Welcome to the KFC mukbang. You drink lots of water because you're insulin resistant. It's not diabetic, Chantal. It's worse. So I didn't know what insulin resistance was. It's pretty severe. I don't know if Chantal has that, but she needs to be aware of that. That's a pretty serious condition. The real, just another halal doll says, is this, if this is what marriage looks like, miserable, gaining weight, hiding in a closet, smoking my lungs out, I'm good. Lori Barrett says, nobody smokes like you. It's just how you like to eat. It's like going to be your last inhale or meal. Lucy says, hell will freeze over before Cutie gives anyone a membership. That's why you have lost a lot of viewers, the constant broken promises. What I like about Salah is that when he is sat next to you, he ensures you engage with all of the chat. When he is not there, you only engage with your hug box. Well, there's that. I'm looking for a comment here about the shisha. There are people in the comments giving her advice about her health. Good on you people for caring about Chantal, but understand that you're talking to a brick wall with her. You know, you got good advice, but she doesn't want to take it. If she doesn't want to care, then you could be a doctor with the best advice in the world. She's not going to hear it. Her ears are plugged up. Okay, this was the comment that I was looking for from Ben Dover saying, there is such a thing as hookah etiquette. You sip lightly and discreetly on it. You try not to make any noise. You sip from the side of your mouth and blow any smoke downward, but you suck on it constantly, nonstop, and blow the smoke all over. You make loud, obnoxious noise and can't seem to regulate dragging on it nonstop. Yeah, I've heard about the hookah etiquette, but of course Chantal doesn't care. She wants to trigger people. She wants to annoy people with that sound. You know, like she knows it's annoying. People have told her she don't give a crap. Another reason to understand that she doesn't care about her viewers. People are saying we don't like the sound, and yet she continues. Let's see. Okay, so that's it for the comments. Let's go on to the live stream.
We're easily available there. Why not go back on Ozempic? I don't even know if they have Ozempic here. But I guess I could look into it. It did help me a bit. Fart. Hi, Caroline.
Not to be rude, but what could that Ozempic do for her at this point? It's not a magic diet pill. What could that Ozempic do for Chantal? Nothing. You can take whatever medication you want, but if you're stuffing like 7,000 calories a day down your gullet, what can any medication do to fix that? Nothing. Nothing. If she wants to get healthy, she needs to start with what she puts in her mouth.
Hi, Beezer. Teddy, honestly, my views are not any different with open chat than with uh members chat, so it's not really about views. I guess more just like I like interacting with everyone and sometimes, so I guess it depends on my mood. Hello, S. Is Salah with his other family? He's with his third wife, yeah. Can't be selfish. Hello, Jane. Piggy. You should vape instead, something without. Okay, here's the thing. Summerlin, hello. I did some research last night. I'm not trying to make excuses for smoking, and I'm not saying this is a healthy habit, but it actually has been proven, despite what the World Health Organization says. There are studies I saw, and I could post that the shisha, and this makes sense because it doesn't hurt my lungs at all. Like I don't even need my inhaler. After I would smoke cigarettes, though, it would really hurt my lungs. So everyone's a beezer if they're paying or not. Yeah, like a lot of streamers do that. They do open chats, and then people still join their memberships too as well. And I can.
And that might be why she's doing the open chats these days. Because maybe she's paying attention. Oh, look at all these reaction channels. They don't have a hug box. They do open chats and they're getting tons of engagement and they're getting the super chats. Maybe I should try that. Yeah, that might be why she's doing more open chats now.
Still have members only streams. It's the who is wrong. Yeah, the who.
Oh, this comment. Oh, it's so brutal. I have to call it out to y'all. Y'all listen. CFFCCC says Dee Dee took your man, FFG took your cat, and Natter took your soul. Ouch. You know what, though? I mean, you got 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You got 2 right. The last one you got was wrong. Natter did not take her soul because she didn't have one to begin with. But that's just me. That's my opinion.
Who is wrong? Amy Pardue, why are you barging in here asking about my sugar levels? No, I haven't. The last time I did it though was at my mom's, like when I was in Canada last time, and it was like 6.0. Well, if it doesn't hurt you, you're fine. Yeah. Your body will tell you if there's something wrong.
Your body has been telling you that there's something wrong. You're just ignoring it. You go to take a walk, and within 2 or 3 minutes, you're exhausted. You're out of breath, just taking a few steps. It's telling you something is wrong. You're just not picking up the clues. You don't give a crap, Chantal.
Yeah, well. Hello, Jason. 1 hour equals 100 cigs. Yeah, but it doesn't feel like that. Don't you find it's like vapor or something? I don't know. Oh, it's so minty. The smoke Summerlin is like it's minty. It's like a really intense mint flavor with sweet because there's honey in it. The only ingredients are honey, glycerin, flavor, and tobacco. So there's no formaldehyde toxins like that. So maybe
It's tobacco. That's not good for you. Okay? It's tobacco. It's very concentrated tobacco, Chantal.
because it's more natural. Hi, Rhonda. Not everyone's a beezer. The next mukbang is going to be, oh yeah, Carolina, your surgery. Yes, are you okay? Are you still in the hospital? Smoother vodka. Well, a good shisha is very sweet. Yeah, it is very sweet and minty and just relaxing. I don't know. I just, the sound is annoying. I just,
You know what I think, y'all? I think that Chantal misses some of the party favors that she used to do in Canada. She misses them badly, but she can only do the shisha in Kuwait. So everything that Chantal does is in excess. So whatever she does, whether it's food, whether it's party favors, whether it's shopping, she goes over the top and beyond. She doesn't know how to do anything in moderation. You give her a shisha, she'll smoke the entire thing in one sitting. You put a bunch of food in front of her, she'll eat it all. Do you understand? Just she does too much of whatever it is she gets into. So I think she misses some of the party favors that she had access to in Canada. And since shisha is the only thing that she can do, she just does the most with it.
like, I don't know.
If I had to pick one word to describe Chantal, just one word, it would be obsession. Because anything she likes turns into an obsession, and obsessions are never ever healthy.
I love your mukbangs. Watch me eat for a family of 5. What's a beezer? Can anyone explain that? Hi, Nisa. Hello. Oh.
Here's a good question, Chantal. I would love to hear your answer. If Salah loves you, why does he buy you amounts of food that will destroy you? Well, it's not Salah buying her this food. I think that's pretty obvious because Chantal, again, not trying to be rude, but Chantal literally eats her weight in food every day. You got to imagine what the food bill looks like per day just to keep her happy to where she won't have a tantrum. There's no way that Salah could work enough hours in a job to pay for her food bill. So she's paying for her food. He's just in charge of going to get it for her. Like he's just acting as Uber Eats for her. That's it. But Salah does not love her. It's a business deal, it's a business transaction, it's an agreement. I get on YouTube, I make the money. Maybe I'll pay the rent. If I need food, you go out and get it for me. The bonus for you is that you get exposure on my channel, which might lead to people joining up on your gaming channel. Although he's not doing much with the gaming channel, still, he's getting some stuff out of it, just not a whole lot.
What are we eating today? Well, I actually filmed a mukbang yesterday, so I'll be putting that out. Um, well, Salah doesn't control what I put in my mouth, you know. You know me. Do I ever listen to anybody? No.
No.
So I'll be putting that out at some point. But he went to do some groceries and to get me a white chocolate mocha. Yes, Carolina, praying for a quick recovery. I'm glad you made it out okay. Like, I'm glad everything went all right. Lauren McFlurry. No, it's my old ring. I love how.
Oh, this comment, Wistful Demon says, a beezy is someone who supports animal blank, gluttony, and lies. Yeah, I will agree with that. Look, I know there are some beezers that they are not into the feedy thing. They don't mean Chantal any harm. And I know the beezers are not going to like me saying this, but what's true is true. Whether you're someone and you are a feedy, or you're a troll, or you're someone that you just in Chantal's chat with the membership, you're there because you want to talk to Chantal for whatever reason, or you're there to talk to other people. Please understand that the person that you're supporting is an addict. She is a food addict. Food is her drug. And the money that you give her through memberships, she's using it for her drug. I mean, she does her drug right in front of you. And if you're someone and you care about somebody or you like somebody, should you be supporting the habit and enabling the habit? If you want to give support to her, there are all kinds of ways to do it that do not involve supporting the destructive habit. You can do it through a comment, you can do it through an email, you can say hi to her on Instagram. But anybody who might be a beezer, you care about Chantal, understand the system in place. She is an addict, and addicts will sometimes create a toxic safety net so where they don't hit the ground. She's got a system of enabling going on here. Where those of you that are on her channel, you are funding her bad habits, you're funding her. You can like a person without supporting the habit. And if you're watching a person hurt themselves on camera over and over again, you can visibly see that their health is going down, that they are getting worse. Please question yourselves, is that something you should be doing? I know that Chantal's an adult. You know, she can do what she wants to do. She's got the control. You know, she's got to make that decision to get healthy. In my opinion, the healthiest thing for Chantal would be to not have that system in place of getting the funds. Because just think about it, if the less money that she makes, the less she can be a glutton and be a food addict. She wouldn't be able to afford spending $100 to $200 on food a day, would she? She would have a normal income and she would have to be make better choices. That might be the healthiest thing for her, but since she has a channel and since she is relying on people to essentially be her paycheck, the more money she makes, the unhealthier she's going to become. So if you're part of that system of she's turning to all of you for the funds, you know, you're kind of helping to keep it going, aren't you? Like I said, if you want to support Chantal, there's all kinds of ways to do it, to be there for her without enabling the bad habits and the addictions too. Just give that a thought, you see. You know, she's hurting herself. Is that something she should be doing, and is that something you should be funding? That's my question.
Oh, everyone else eats perfectly, exercises every day, has zero bad habits. No, honestly, if you're doing better than me, good for you. I'm very happy for you. Hi, Toriana. Aren't Muslim women supposed to be submissive? Why does every single Muslim have to be the same? I would like to know that. You're forgetting where I come from. I'm like, I'm a free spirited, huge personality, huge person from Canada. Okay, so give me some time here. I don't. I know. I'm not like. I don't think Salah expects me to be obedient and submissive, and no, he's not like that. But we respect each other. No, I'm not going out on the date. No way. I like the AC. Um, yeah, I like being at home right now. We might go out later this evening, but I don't feel like going to the grocery store. Like,
You know, I don't know how long Chantal is going to stay in Kuwait. She could stay past her tourist visa. And I'm wondering if before deep summer really sets in, if her and Salah are going to be going out and just filming a bunch of footage, because when deep summer hits and it really gets hot outside, she won't be able to step outside and do anything. So maybe there might be a thing where she might be just stockpiling footage to put into videos so it looks like she's going out and doing stuff, but she's really not.
I can't bring myself to do it today. Do what you want. Thanks, Kitten Zombie. I started going back to the gym this week. Nice, Toriana. Mashallah. Kuwait arc is boring without the drama. Well, let me just go and be miserable just for your entertainment, matching apples.
But you're already What do you mean, let me go and be miserable? You're miserable right now. The only difference between you being in Kuwait, miserable, and then going back to Canada and being miserable is that if you were in Canada, you could do more. You could film more without any kind of legal problems.
What do you think about that? There's no alternative. I'm very happy.
No, you're not.
Charles, how can you be a sock account if I'm here right now with my hands showing?
You know, Chantal, obvious is obvious. Ever since you got outed for the other account, now whoever is behind the account, you might have a couple of people posting to make it look like it's not me. Now that person is all over your live chats. It might be Salah talking behind that account. It could be somebody else. It could be your Aunt Phyllis. I don't know. But I've noticed that in the last couple of chats, ever since you got outed for being just another halal doll and making over 700 comments for the sake of engagement because you wanted to praise yourself and get that engagement back up, now that person is appearing in every chat and posting excessively. So, obvious is obvious, mama.
You can find an indoor pool and water exercises. Yeah, but there's band-aids and body hair in
No, it
pools.
ain't.
It's disgusting. I wouldn't go out in the heat either unless I'm going to swim.
I find it laughable that this woman who worries about band aids and hair in a pool, once upon a time, she was shacking up with Natter in dirty, disgusting, scuzzy motel rooms with no problem. Absolutely no problem.
Swimming at, yeah, it's too hot here. Do you miss your family? Of course I miss my family. And I miss Sam. I miss a lot of things, but you know, I made my choices and this is where I'm living now, so yeah. But I'm really happy with Salah, so those hookahs are addictive. Yeah, they are. It's tobacco. Uh oh no. I cannot breathe and walk. Yeah, I can for a short while. Hello, Candace. Hi. Where's Flub Era? I don't know.
Matching Apple says open chat is your last chance to get views. You've ran out of drama and ideas. I agree with that.
They clean the pools regularly.
Yeah, they do.
I do girl tube miss BBJ obviously, but I just don't like to talk about her.
You don't miss BBJ at all. You were so hateful to her when you had her. So neglectful. Stop lying to people.
Because of everything that's transpired. So,
Oh, you mean all the things that came out about how neglectful you were? Let's not talk about that, right?
do you regret the way you dealt with certain things? Yeah, for sure, Frida. Yeah, I did say that before too. The ocean has the same and even more stuff. Yeah, but the ocean is very vast. It's not like a little container. It's like a huge part of the world. So the same body stuff is not going to float up on the shore, is it?
Chantal, you won't go to a pool because you say they are filthy. And then you're talking about the ocean, saying the ocean is vast, blah, blah, blah. But yet you're not going to go to the beach. You will not go to a beach in a burkini and go swimming, although you could, because you don't want anybody to see you. You talked about getting a burkini and going to the beach, but it's not happened yet. And it's not going to happen because, as I've said, you don't want people to see the real you. Although you scream and yell about body confidence and I love my body and I love the way I look, that's a lie. You're lying to yourself. You are very shy about the way you look. You know you're getting bigger. You're not comfortable with that. You don't want people to see you without the bazillion filters because I'm sure the real picture is a lot different.
I don't know. I floated away from the old, like, not the old people. I floated away from the the relish guy when I was in Cuba, so I didn't touch anything. Hi, little dollies. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Were you in Breezy's chat last night, or was it no? I don't go in chats anymore. So if you see me, it's not me.
Okay, with Chantal, it's about semantics, the fine print. So she just said, I don't go into chats anymore. Here's where the fine print applies. She may not go into chats as Foodie Beauty, but it doesn't mean that she's not in there under a sock account. And trust me, she's got quite a few. So, semantics. That way she can say, I'm telling the truth when she's actually not.
Does your family watch your channel? I think so, yeah. I think, hi, Dream. The next mukbang is going to be out later tonight. Hi, very good. What's the best part of moving so far away other than your husband? Honestly, just living in a tax-free country is pretty awesome, I have to say. Like, imagine, let's say you make 100K a year. You get to keep all of your 100K. Like, it's really cool thing. And the different food, the different culture. If you're Muslim, being in an Islamic country is pretty cool. You'd get all your viewers back if you started talking about yourself. Well, yeah, but tall turtle. I mean, I can't do that. I don't really want to anymore, So
For the record, Chantal, as a reactor, I don't want to hear about your intimate life. Not that I think that anything intimate is going on, I just don't want to hear about it. And that would apply if you were a Muslim woman or not a Muslim woman. I don't want to hear about your intimate details. Save that for OnlyFans.
it's just, you know, so I'll have to take the loss. Don't you want to physically be able to keep up with your husband? Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know, not really. Like, what? I don't feel like running around and going hiking and stuff.
So you wanted a younger husband who's active. He wants to go out and do things. You wanted a younger companion. At the same time, you're a little bit older, and with your lack of health, when he goes out with you, it's like carrying a wet, heavy blanket, like it's just a big old burden. You can't do much, you can't walk much, you run out of breath really quickly. It's not fun for him, I'm sure. And you expect that he's going to be happy dealing with you, making sure that you don't fall over. Come on now.
Flopper is not blocked. Will you do a gaming channel? Actually, Salah's going to be playing Resident Evil 4 on his channel, inshallah. So, woke up at 4 a.m. Elizabeth's hi. No, I do have an accountant. I swear. I do. I only like pay him whenever he does my taxes. Scapegoat. I think you would look good with the bat. I really hope that's not a real person. BPG's current owner is very physically ill. I think her current owner is FFG until we see proof of where she is. I wanted to climb Mount Everest. I wanted to do base camp, and you know what? Maybe someday I will. But
Chantal, I'm smaller than you, and I am not in tip top shape. I could do just a little bit better, but even I wouldn't climb Mount Everest. That's a lot. It's extremely dangerous. So if I can't do it, I know you can't do it. You need to practice just basic walking and getting up a set of stairs and get to a point where you can do that without being out of breath.
I do have a scale now. I could weigh in. Yeah, I could.
You could, but you're not doing it.
Are you tired of getting sick though with your eating and smoking? I don't think enough. Obviously, I'm too into my bad habits. You know, I don't know. I look. I'm sure being healthy is wonderful. I'm sure it's like divine. It's like amazing. But like getting there is so miserable. It's more miserable than being fat. Like I don't know how to
And
explain.
that's why you got to change your mindset. So you find all kinds of reasons and excuses why you shouldn't do it versus finding reasons why you should. Like you equate healthy eating to just salads. You know, you're using that viewpoint as an excuse why you shouldn't eat healthy. Oh, it's nothing but salads. Chantal, is 2023. There are all kinds of healthy options out there. All kinds for everything. There are products being made and there's food that if you like a certain kind of texture of food or a taste, there's probably something out there that tastes quite similar that's a healthier version. Let me give you an example. I love milk. I know milk is not the healthiest thing, but I do. I love milk. But I'm trying to move away from milk by finding something healthier. So I went to the store recently and I picked up almond milk and oat milk and plant milk. I've never tried oat milk. I loved it. I want more of it. And I love almond milk. The plant milk, I'll pass on that. But still, I'm finding healthier versions of things that I enjoy. So healthy food isn't just salads. There's all kinds of stuff out there. You just don't want to find it.
It. Weight loss surgery? No. Hi, Mo Man. Uh, you left your cat to. I'm not a good gamer, no. Well, Salah did the he did the demo of the game. Man, it's intense. It looks really hard. So yeah, I have an accountant, but I just like deal with him when it's tax time. So I find more skills do more harm than good. Everspace.
You know, video games would be good for Chantal because something that takes her focus away from food, whatever it is, it's good. And you could spend hours on a video game. You can really get into a video game and just the hours just pass away like minutes. But she's too busy playing games on people, just trying to find ways to play games with people to make that money. Always thinking of new lies to tell to make that money. She doesn't want to do true gaming because gaming does not mean you're going to make money with that. You know, she's all about the games where she could potentially make money.
His camp is 8 hours a day. Hey, Roman's tuft of hair. Hi, Stan. Is that guy still around anyway? How do I spend my time? I usually come on live, you know? Why do people think you stay in your house all day? You literally vlog outside activities. I think it's because of how I used to spend my life, you know? I'm not gonna lie, I do like being at home a lot. You know, I don't like going out often. But in this country it's like new, it's different, it's I don't know. So like the society is just different. So it's not the same as going out. But I also have Salah with me, so I don't know.
I'm this is just my opinion. I think she likes going out with Salah because she's not comfortable with herself. Even if they were not in Kuwait, let's just say they were in Canada, she would have more confidence being in the company of Salah because perhaps for her, being with him, she would not be so afraid of people saying things about her or to her. You know, she might look at him as a shield from any kind of public criticism because she can't deal with public criticism. She can't deal with criticism on YouTube, but the criticism in real life would perhaps hit a little bit harder because you're face to face with the person versus them saying what they're saying behind a monitor and you don't have to look at them. So if she's by herself, she doesn't have the confidence to go out alone and deal with people alone. She wants someone there to act as a sort of like a physical shield to keep people from saying things to her.
Diet mukbangs? Hello, Betty Buttercup. How would you know if fat is better than worse than healthy? You've never been healthy. Yeah, true. Address your purple fingers. What? What? My fingers are not purple. My fingers are beige. My fingers are peach. Does Salah get bored being at home a lot? No, because we don't. We honestly don't stay at home a lot. A lot. You know. Do I miss driving? Sometimes. You can go out as women in that country, either on your own or with another group of women. Yeah, you can go out, but I don't know. Maybe I can someday. Imagine. I'm too nervous to like drive around like by myself. The rules.
Something that just came to mind as far as you climbing Mount Everest, Foodie. This may or may not matter. I'm just throwing it in anyway to kind of bust your bubble about climbing Mount Everest. When you climb a mountain, the air gets progressively thinner. You already have breathing problems. You have already have problems with breathing just doing normal movements. So how could you deal with climbing up into high altitudes? You wouldn't make it, ma'am.
Of the road. I don't even know like the signs. I don't know the driving signs. Could I hike 8 hours a day?
No.
Not now. Does Salah live in a second apartment? No. Why would he live in a second apartment? There's no way.
Why wouldn't he? You get that little tiny room. You're not a person that you take a shower every day, as you should. You're not about washing your clothes. You're not about being clean. You're filthy. You're dirty. Why wouldn't he live in another apartment?
Look, I'm so needy. No, no, we live in one
That's
apartment
another reason why he doesn't live there, because you're needy. She would drive him nuts. He would have to live somewhere else just to keep even a portion of his sanity.
together. We are married. We live in one apartment.
You know,
Does Salah encourage you to be healthy? Yeah, a lot. I think the hook of hose is a. Why don't you go out with Salah sometimes? I go out with Salah a lot, but he is gone to do the groceries right now. Are you allowed to go out without Salah? Like I'm allowed. There's no law like preventing me from going out without him, but I just don't because like you know don't steamroll small children. That has to take a big toll on your health. The mukbangs, I guess it depends. Depends on my other eating habits. It depends on a lot of things, you know. That would be a great live. You could study the roads around you in a small area. Salah gave her the bomb. That's a good idea. Bombastic criminal offensive side eye when she asked if he was hungry. Sometimes I wish my husband had his own apartment. There you go. Queefus McBeef. Ew, I love that name. What happened to Salah? Would you stay there? No. No. I would have no reason to. I mean, I wouldn't want to be here by myself. Anyway, I don't even think I could, you know? Life is for living, not expected. Yeah. He was forced with the gym. Rose, I wanted to really try the gym, but I don't know how that's going to go because I hate.
that was interesting what she just said. She said, I really want to try the gym. But didn't she do a short showing herself working out on one of the machines? I remember she did that. So why would she say, I want to try the gym? Wouldn't that imply that she hasn't been to the gym yet? Everybody was under the impression that she was just putting on a show, like on the machine, just showing her feet. But you just told on yourself, Chantal. You haven't worked out at all at the gym, but we already knew that. But please go ahead. Keep telling on yourself some more.
Hate. Hate going to the gym. I really hate the gym. I like hate it with a big fat passion. I'm not going to lie.
I'm just going to say it. A lot of people don't like the gym, okay? Um, Working out, it takes a lot out of you. You get hot, you get tired, you get dirty, you get sweaty. If you have a really good workout, you feel spent at the end of that workout and you feel really hungry too because you burned through all your calories. But I'll tell you what, nothing feels better after a good workout than a hot shower. Your whole body is tingling. You can feel every cell in your body is alive. You sleep so well. Your mood is uplifted. You feel so good. So all of that unpleasantness, there are rewards after it's over. But Foodie, she doesn't want to go to the gym. I feel it's because when she's at the gym, if she does try to work out, it's just going to put in her face how unhealthy she really is. Like the truth is going to be surrounding her every time she picks something up or she does an exercise and she's having the trouble breathing, she's having trouble moving. That truth is going to be just hitting her between the eyes and she doesn't want to deal with it. So she runs away from it.
So, and I hate being pressured. What? No. I hate being pressured to do things. I don't know. I hate, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Now I'm confused. She just said she hates being pressured to do things. So is she trying to imply that Salah was pressuring her to go to the gym? But that's really strange, Chantal, because you came forward on your own and said, I'm going to do gym content. You were going to make that into kind of a new arc. You made promises to people. I'm going to Kuwait. I'm going to be doing better content. I'm going to get healthier. I'm going to be in Kuwait with my new husband, which makes me happy. I'm going to be closer to Allah, which makes me happy. So, according to you, you were surrounded by things that gave you more happiness in Kuwait than you had in Canada. And yet, you're not happy and you're not healthier. And you're trying to tell people, I don't like being pressured as if somebody's pressuring you. I mean, do it if you want to do it. But who's pressuring you? The audience, some of them, they just want to see you get healthy, okay? But you have to make that decision on your own, whether you will or not. But I'll tell you what, if you keep down this road, understand this, that eventually something has to give. Do you understand me? You can't keep doing this to your body. You can't keep rolling the dice. Not this way. You've reached that critical mass point. Something's going to give. I don't know why you're racing so fast and so hard for a medical emergency, but you are. And you don't have to. You can stop at any time now.
No. I'm on hiatus from the gym. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go or not. Yeah, the first week is okay, but then like after it's like I always do that. I always make that mistake. Join the gym, I get all motivated, and then I lose it. And you have to keep that motivation.
Didn't I tell you all that though? Didn't I say long ago that if you got a problem with food, if you don't address the mental and emotional issues wrapped up with food, that in the beginning you will start off with all kinds of steam in your engine. You're very gung ho about it. And you're like, I'm going to work out. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get healthy. But if you don't address the deeper issues with food, if you don't rip out the problem by the roots, the problem is going to grow back and take over. So she went to the gym, but then she started falling off, like I said she would. Because her problem, yes, she has physical problems. Yes, she's got physical issues she needs to address. But the biggest problem is above her shoulders, not below. The problems below her shoulders, those are just secondary problems caused by the first problem. So she started out with an issue with food that just got completely out of control. And because that problem got out of control, it created all the secondary problems of the super morbid obesity, the over enlarged liver, the enlarged heart, etc., the diabetes. If you want to get those problems under control, you got to start with the problem on top of your shoulders, Chantal.
Motivation even when you don't have it. No, he doesn't lock me out. He actually just changed the locks today, so I definitely have a spare key. Basically, you just want to eat. Um, yeah, I'm kind of struggling with like giving up food and smoking for sure. If I'm being honest. Does Celeste like going to?
I'm going to give my opinion. I don't think Chantal feels any kind of joy anymore from anything. She's reached that place where she's done everything. She's chased the tail of the dragon for so long, going from one thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing, just hopping back and forth, looking for a quick fix, looking for a quick fix of happiness or joy or euphoria or high. That she's reached a place where she's exhausted every door and none of them no longer work, including food. She eats food. She's not getting high off of it anymore. She's just maintaining a space where she doesn't go into withdrawals. But there's no joy. She does not feel joy anymore. Nothing. She feels nothing. She's looking for something to make her feel something. And yet she's feeling nothing. And yet she pushes on. Like if you reach the space, Chantal, where you feel nothing, you feel numb, and you're reaching for food and you're reaching for the shisha and you're buying packages and you're buying stupid phones and whatever else because you're looking for a quick burst of happiness. Understand that quick bursts of happiness are just that. They're quick. They don't last long. And then you got to find something else to replace it. You are putting yourself on a hamster wheel of your own making. Stop. Understand there's a problem. The problem is inside of you. It's inside of you. You've burnt yourself out on all of your obsessions. Get yourself together.
To the gym? Yeah, but I'm not like motivational for him really. I try to motivate him, but you have a food addiction before. Would you ever speak to an eating disorder specialist? Stan, that's me. Look. Does it look like me? Yeah, no problem. I don't mind answering questions. I could walk right in place. I lack willpower. It's miserable. Like going to the gym and eating only healthy sucks. Like I love food. I love all kinds of food. And I
And
don't
I'll tell you why she likes the food. If she likes it a little bit, although it's not giving her a high or joy anymore, because that's all she looks forward to. That's all she's got to look forward to. There's nothing else around her that she can look forward to. She needs to find something that gives her joy that she can look forward to that is not unhealthy. I mean, we as people, as humans, we are motivated by reward, by happiness. And if you have a person like Chantal, that there's absolutely no joy in their life whatsoever, no happiness, nothing to make them feel good, and they've got one thing that makes them feel good. In her case, it's food. Do you think she's going to give it up? Do you think she's going to get it under control? No, because that's the only thing that she's clinging to make her happy. Her task, if she chooses to accept the task, is to find something or a group of things that give her just as much joy as food so she can push food further to the background rather than it taking over her life. She's not interested in doing that. Her obsession with food is so large, it would be a monumental task to find something that equals to or surpasses the joy she gets from food. But as long as she's just looking at food as a source of joy and no other thing, she's never going to give it up and she's never going to get it under control.
Like being restricted. Does that sound like really immature? I don't know how to explain it. Does anyone know how I feel? Just give up 1 week like sugar. I feel like such a baby. I don't know. I think matching apples, no matter what situation I'm in, I'll just always be like that with food. Just how much you eat. Yeah. I was trying to do like by the time I do my mukbangs, I'm starving, so I like eat so much, you know. But compared to a lot of people, I don't think it's that much, right? I mean, compared to a lot of mukbangers.
Ma'am, you ate nearly 3,000 calories all at one time. And I remember one live stream you did over at Natter's. I remember it clearly. You ate a pita pizza and this, I believe it was a mango cheesecake type dessert. I forget the name of it. But I did the math on that. Yes, ma'am, I did my research. Between the pita pizza and the mango cheesecake, you consumed 10,000 calories in just that one night. Yes, you did. And that was also a live stream where you ate most of the cheesecake. And there was one slice left on your plate. And Natter just wanted a bite. And he took a little bite off your fork. You freaked out. And then you shoved the entire last piece in your mouth because you didn't want him to have it. So yeah, you got a problem with food, big time.
Carolina, it wasn't I wasn't in anybody's live streams. You cannot see my chin, Heather. That's a pro of covering up. Have I ever followed through with a goal for myself? I haven't really set many goals for myself, so I don't have that problem. It's the gym is like I don't know. I feel a bit like people are looking at me. I don't know. I don't know. Um,
But you said you're hotter than 90% of all of us on YouTube, so it shouldn't bother you.
no eggy toast. Hey, eggy toast and Willy Rod. Uh, no, I don't want to be bedridden. No, I want to do.
Then stop the eating, you moron, because you're over 500 pounds. You're 5 feet tall. How much more weight do you think you can gain before that might happen? If you don't want to be bedbound, then slow it down. Stop this nonsense. And understand, Chantal, that the people that are on YouTube that are the Foodie people, understand that they don't care about you. They don't care about you as a person. They care about having their fetish fulfilled. That is the truth. They care about you giving them something that they are seeking out, but they do not care about you as a person. They are not your friends. They don't love you. They love what you can do for them and what you give them. And if you weren't around, they would go over to another channel and another person and forget about you. These people that are promoting you to eat, talking about food, they are not your fucking friends. If they cared about you, they would encourage you not to eat. Watching you, seeing what you're doing to yourself, they would promote you to not eat. They would say, hey, eat some healthy stuff instead. Don't eat that burger. Don't eat those fries. Slow down with that. But lots of people in your chat are like, do this and do that and eat this and eat that, knowing you got a problem with food. People who act that way, they don't care about you. You need to understand this. They are not your friends. just as you are not their friend. These are not people you're going to hang out with. They just want what they want. And as long as you give it to them, they'll stick around.
Do fun things. Like honestly, guys, I'm not that lazy. Like I do push myself. Like I like going out to the beach. We go to the beach a lot in the evenings and stuff and go walking. Um, what else? Walking around malls, walking around museums, just like that. Hey Freya, yeah, I'm okay overall. Hey Yellow Moon, do I miss Canadian food? Mm, no. There's a lot of really good food here, like for real.
Then why do you eat fast food? I'm sure there's fabulous food in Kuwait, but yet you're focusing on the fast food, the processed stuff, the cheap junk. What a shame. I'm sure Kuwait is filled with amazing food, food that I would love to try for the first time. Expand my palate out a bit, but you're focusing on the cheap junk. What a shame.
Uh, of course they're looking. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. Not just that, but I don't know. Hello again. Hi, Abby. Hi, Beezer. The temperature today is like in the high 30s. Wherever you go, people will look. That is not an excuse. Well, I guess I just hate it. I don't know. Please confirm you will not take Sam all the way to Kuwait. Um, yeah, not now. I consulted like one of those services that like take care of everything and ship the cat to you. They're like, yeah, so our prices start at 5,000 USD. I was like, what? Sorry, Sam. Oh my god. Like 10,000 to bring a cat here. So the bet like if I were to do that, I would have to like go to Canada and come and get him and bring him with me. Buy an extra seat for him to be on the plane with me. That's the best option.
Villa Fruit Fly says, I thought you made 20K a month. Chantal did make that for a couple of months, and she made that during the Natter era, the Natter arc. And she made that during the holidays because if you're a YouTuber and you have a monetized channel, during the holiday months, you might get a slight uptick in how much you get paid per 1,000 views. And that happens every year. Everybody's RPM, which is the amount that you get paid for 1,000 views, is different, but you get paid a slightly higher amount during the holiday months. So during the Natter era, for a little while, she was bringing in those big, big paychecks. But then they started to go down, down, down. And the fact that she's bulking over 5 grand, that should tell you where her finances are at.
People look at you when you go to a restaurant and you still go, yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just hate going to the gym. I hate gym workouts. Um,
So do I. But you know what? Working out is important. Walking is important. Breathing is important. A little bit of sweating and getting dirty and sweaty, there are rewards. There are definite rewards. You feel so good afterwards. Take a nice hot shower, have a good meal, you sleep like a baby.
you know, well, waddling is my version of walking, so it's the same thing. Trap, neuter, and release. What? Buy pizza, plane ticket, and have him bring Sam. I don't think he would survive that. Honestly, the trip here is very arduous. Let Sam be with us. I have to find somebody. Prince Peacer, I did not. I don't know if I'm gonna visit Canada anytime soon, but
I thought you said you weren't going back.
it is very, very, very complicated to bring him. So at first I was like, I need to find a way to bring him here no matter what. But after like the logistics and how it would be really hard on him, my mom can't have Sam because she has Buster and he hates cats.
I don't know if that's true because I saw a picture on Twitter long ago where Buster was in the house with a cat and he was fine. So I don't think that's true about Buster. But I do know one thing about Buster, the dog. He doesn't like Chantal. He hates her. Animals, they can pick up on bad people. And Buster has never liked Chantal. Good Buster. Good dog.
He has a really dangerous underbite, so he might attack him.
Ma'am, ma'am, he might have an underbite, but so do you.
Then I would have to be really upset. No, no, no. I can't. He can't be with with Buster. So, ooh, minty. Hello, A plus. I want to bring Sam. Like I do, of course. If it was like very simple, duh. When are we hitting up Thailand? I don't think Thailand in the summer is a good deal. But
Neither is Kuwait, so what are you going to do? Chantal, you're a snowbird. You come from a place that it's cold. It's colder climate up there. There's nothing wrong with being a snowbird. But you went from Canada, which is cooler in climate, to Kuwait, which is desert climate, and your travel plans are to go to a tropical place with humidity. I mean, what's wrong with you? And you're not even in good shape. Okay. You don't deal with heat very well. So you went from a colder climate to a completely hot, dry climate. And then you want to go to a place that it's tropical weather. Madam, I used to live in Florida years ago. Years. Humid heat is in deep summer, you're walking in a sauna outside. You feel sticky. You're sticking to everything. Ugh, you feel yucky. And although I lived in Florida because it's been so long, even if I went back to my home state, it would take a while to get acclimated to that because I'm now in Washington and it's a different climate up here. It's beautiful. But like wherever you go, you got to get acclimated to whatever the climate is, whatever the environment is. You you would have the worst time ever in any place where it's hot.
a good idea. You can actually be. I like Salah can sponsor me here, so and it's not on a family visa like everybody thinks. It's not that. Don't worry. Maybe someday we'll be able to explain more, but we're thinking about it.
You know, Chantal, listen, you don't have a real home right now. You're just bouncing around. And you got this boy toy that you're giving money to. And you don't know what your paychecks are going to look like from month to month on YouTube because the money can always fluctuate. Anything could happen. Anything could happen to you. Anything can happen to your channel. So while everything is up in the air, it would not be a good idea to bring anything else into the picture that you have to worry about, whether it's a hamster, whether it's a cat. If you and Salah are going to travel, which I highly doubt because you have a problem moving around and doing things, would it make sense to bring in pets that you have to keep an eye on, they have to worry about and get the vaccinations for and get the permits for, and they might go into quarantine and all this stuff? No, because I just can't see that picture in my head of you trying to walk through an airport with your suitcase with a pet carrier in hand, and then there's Salah next to you, and he's got his luggage and a pet carrier in hand, and the two of you just trying to walk from the front door of the airport to the plane, burdened down like that. It ain't gonna happen. It would not work. It just wouldn't work. Just the two of you walking through an airport with your luggage, that's going to be a task because you're going to have to stop every 2 minutes. But imagine trying to have your carry on in one hand and a pet carrier in the other. And because you got two pets, you're both carrying a pet carrier. No, just no.
I'm smoking at 7 a.m. It's like 3 p.m. here. No, it's not tourist visa. You cannot. Yeah, tourist visa is different.
This is a good question. Zakora says, how can he sponsor you if he isn't a citizen? Good question. How can he?
Um, yeah.
And another one, Kitten Zombie says, how do you plan to travel if you keep gaining weight? Chantal, you've been just trying to get away with traveling and not paying for an extra seat, which you should be doing for your own safety and for the safety of other people. But you've gotten away a few times with not buying an extra seat and then the airline accommodating you. If I'm not mistaken, there was a situation where the plane that you got on was delayed by 30 or 45 minutes because you did not buy the extra seat. How many times can you get away with that? Because you got to know that if you do that too much, they're going to catch on to your game and say, ma'am, you're not getting on until you buy an extra seat. And if you've got a pet, yeah, good luck with that too.
Gluttony. Everyone has their vices, you know? I don't know. Thank you for not blowing the smoke into the camera. Oh, sorry, I didn't even see that. Anyways,
This comment, Hannah Baby says, you call sitting on a couch, overeating, waiting for a man to come by to bring you food and take you on an outing, a glow up. Are you going to drive yourself anywhere ever? This is sad, Foodie. Yes, it's very sad. I'm not laughing at this. I don't think it's funny. And Chantal has to know this is not funny, but this is the path that she has chosen. What can anybody do to stop it? What can anybody do to help her? She's a horrible person, absolutely true. And I'm taking a screenshot for a thumbnail right now, so y'all just give me a second. But Foodie, why are you working so hard to destroy yourself? You know, something's got to give. I'm not wishing anything bad upon you, but you got to know the way you're pushing yourself in an unhealthy direction. Something has got to give. There are always consequences in life. Are you ready to pay the price for all the things you've done to yourself?
when I start my own, how many of you? Yeah, well, why does a glow up have to be going to the gym, being thin? Like, a glow up can be spiritual, it can be emotional, it doesn't have to just be physical, you know? I'm just gonna be fat for now.
Again, not trying to be rude, Foodie, but this is not me being a bully saying this, y'all. There's different levels of obesity. There's fat, there's obese, there's super morbidly obese and super morbidly obese, and that's where you are, Foodie. Ma'am, if you can't breathe, if walking 2 minutes is too much for you to the point you are out of breath, if you can't walk up a set of stairs, if you're breaking toilets, if you're breaking shower drains, if you're breaking couches, if all these things are occurring, if you are buying the biggest size abayas that Kuwait has to offer, that means you are not simply just fat, which would imply just a little bit of weight on you. Super morbidly obese means you are well beyond that. And if you reach the place with yourself physically that you're breaking the couches and you're breaking the shower drains and breaking toilets because you're sitting down too hard, if you're walking up a set of stairs, just a couple of stairs, and you can't deal with that, if you're wobbling when you walk because you're trying to balance your weight, If you're putting yourself in a position where there's so much weight in the front of you that at any given time, you could make a wrong movement and pinch a nerve in your back or hurt your spine. It's time to take a look inside and reevaluate yourself. Your body is screaming for help. Fucking do something. Do it soon.
You're using the shisha as a coping mechanism. Yeah, it's like a comfort thing. Why don't you get a cat charity to help you find a permanent home? To find a permanent home. I want Sam back at some point. Like, you know, I don't know.
The only reason why you want that cat back is because you're looking for something to bring attention to yourself and your channel. That's it. It's not about love. It's about I'm just looking for anything to keep the audience around because I'm not going to work to keep the audience around. So let me just find an outside source of something that will keep the audience attention and keep them watching me. You use the cats as props for your show, and then you moved on to men and you neglected your cats. And then you gave Sam to somebody, nobody knows exactly who. Frenchie got BBJ, her and her family got BBJ. BBJ's being well taken care of. And then you saw the amount of super chats that people were sending French Fry Girl. You saw the amount of views that she was getting. She did not get BBJ for that purpose. It was just a side effect. But on your side of the fence, when you saw that, you were kicking yourself and thinking, doggone it, doggone it. If I'd only taken care of my pets and showcased it, I could have been making all that money. You saw the dollar bills that were not going your way and you got salty. You got bitter. And now you're on this kick where I want Sam back. And even if you can't get him back, let's talk about Sam. Let's make him a topic of conversation to irk people, to stress people out over the idea that you, a neglectful person, might get another animal close to you, one that you had previously. You're not getting Sam back. You're not getting back BBJ. You shouldn't even have Howie the hamster. You should not be allowed near any animal for any reason. You can't take care of yourself, then you shouldn't take care of an animal, period. Because a pet is like a child that never grows up. They forever stay 3 years old, always getting into trouble, always needing love and attention. Any pet owner knows that. That you become their guardian. You're their owner. You're responsible for the pet care and the love and affection and keeping things clean. And if it's a cat, making sure the litter box is clean, making sure there's fresh food and water, making sure they have toys and treats and keeping an eye on them and noticing if anything is wrong. You're not that responsible. You don't want pets because you want to love on them because you feel lonely. You have a pattern, Foodie, of you will get a pet to get attention for yourself. And then if they get too much attention, and if your audience members get too attached to them and start talking about them too much, then you start hating them because you want the attention solely upon you. You were very quick to get Howie the hamster and show him off. But then once people started to talk about Harry and ask about him, suddenly you start talking different about him, saying, oh, he's just a stupid rat. That's you being resentful that something other than you is getting attention and love because you want it all, although you're not doing anything to earn it. You still want to use something for the attention, but if it gets too much attention, then you hate it. You're sick.
Lychee? No, I don't think I'll get that bad. I don't know. I think fat for now. uh, who do you think's Alex moved into the luxury villa. I don't know. I demand.
This is a rumor. I have no receipts, but I've heard that Pete's did get the bill for the damages to the villa, and Foodie just laughed about it. Although most of the damage was her fault.
Oh, my comments be read aloud. Why don't you cover up and sell dresses like he's in Miami Vice? Because he's a male. I could wear clothes. Like, I could wear, for example, if they fit me better and they weren't as, like, revealing, I could wear, like, jeans and stuff like that.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. I think that this is just my theory. This is not fact. This is just a theory. If Chantal lost a crap ton of weight, a lot, she wouldn't be wearing the hijab anymore, and she wouldn't be wearing the abaya. If she lost a crap ton of weight and she got smaller, she would take off the abaya, she would take off the hijab, and she would show us that she's lost a bunch of weight. I feel she wears the abaya and the hijab as a way to disguise how much weight she's gaining.
Foodie Beauty, get a cat charity involved. Yeah, I don't know, community tab, what's going to happen, but no, I won't be immobile. I mean, A plus. Men have to be modest. Yeah, Salah doesn't like walk around in public without a shirt, except like at the beach. But yeah, Prince Beezer. I know it's not healthy. It's just how I am right now. I'm not gonna bullshit. You live in England. No, I won't be giving the cat to anybody online. I've learned that the hard way. So, yeah. It's best if you're fat, like having 3 wives. He can brag to his friends. Yeah, he doesn't need 4 wives when I'm all 4 in 1. Unhealthy is easier and wheelchairs are fun. Oh, that's bad. We just care about you. I know, I appreciate that. Will you guys move back to Canada? We don't have any plans for that now.
I don't think Chantal cares if people care about her. I think there's more of an emphasis of she wants people to be concerned for her. She likes how people worry for her because people are coming forward and saying, we care about you, Chantal. We care about what happens to you. But that's not good enough for her. She's not content with that. She's not satisfied with that. She's not taking those comments of, we care about you, and letting that motivate her to get better. No, she wants people to be concerned for her and stressed out over her and worrying for her. She does that to be the center of attention. So if you care about Chantal, I'm sorry, that's not good enough. No, she wants you to always think about her and worry about her and what's going on with Foodie. Is she okay today? She likes to keep people worried.
So, but yeah. Was that a gunshot? Hi, Jacqueline Faye. Happy Saturday. I don't want to have a cat if it can't be Sam, At all. I need that attention. Yeah, I don't know. I got a really cute video of Sam. You should have seen him. I should post it. So yeah. Yeah, Teddy Bear, thanks for coming here. Paralethal, you have no idea how happy BBJ is. You don't see any videos of her being happy whatsoever. You don't see
Foodie, I've seen pictures of what BBJ looks like. She looks happy. She looks healthy. I saw a picture of her sleeping in a cat bed by a window. That made me content knowing she has that life now. And I'm not here to speak for French Fry Girl. She can speak for herself. But I know I've heard that some people are reaching out to French Fry Girl asking her to get a hold of Sam as well. And I'm just going to give my opinion. I think what French Fry Girl and her family did was admirable. You know, they, because of what she did, BBJ now has a comfortable, safe, healthy home. She's being well looked after. French Fry Girl and her family took in BBJ. You know, she did her part. Nobody knows where Sam is at. But we have seen pictures of Sam, and he was shaved and he looked happy and healthy. I understand people reaching out to Frenchie and wanting her to get Sam because she loves her pets. And if you're someone and you see a neglected pet and you want to make sure they're safe, then you might want someone that you know is caring about their pets to take them in. But Frenchie's already done her part. And the last I heard, BBJ is in a happy retirement. She's being well looked after. She's being well taken care of. We can all breathe a sigh of relief about that. But Chantal, you're saying, like, who knows what's happening over there? I have far more confidence in French Fry Girl taking care of BBJ than I ever would with Chantal. Like, you look at the track record. French Fry Girl took care of her dogs. Then we can all be sure, because of that history, that BBJ is being well looked after. With Chantal's history, I wouldn't trust her with a cockroach as a pet. She might kill the cockroach. So, anybody reaching out to Frenchie, just understanding, like, she went far and beyond, and she did what she could. She helped BBJ, and she did, and she continues to. She's done her part. Again, I'm not here to speak for French Fry Girl. She's more than capable to speak for herself. But like, I understand people reaching out to Frenchie and saying, "Hey, can you do this?" But she's already done what she could do. Let's all just be happy that Sam is in a better place. BBJ is in a better place. And the irony of this story, the karma of this story, is that BBJ and Sam, they're happy, they're healthy, they're being well looked after, they have homes. And here's their former owner, Foodie Beauty, living in living in a small box, miserable, absolutely miserable. And all she can do is talk about her former pets, trying to leech off of their names. So she made them miserable for a couple of years. And justice stepped in, made sure that they got with better people and in better places away from her. And then once that happened, karma stepped in and said, now it's time to get to work. And it has been working on her. And you know what? I love that for her. I love it the most.
See who she's with, even. So keep believing that. A plus. Did you see Yaba's continually calling? Yeah, she's disgusting. I always never liked her. She's a big bully. I think that's so horrible the way they treated Negs, like him or not, the way they treated him when his child passed, and just he hasn't done anything worse than anyone else that still has a channel. So if he lost his channel, in my opinion, Yaba and all of those people deserve to lose their channels too. At that case, I don't think that.
Ma'am, with all the crap that you pulled on YouTube, you should have lost yours a long time ago and never gotten it back. The worst decision YouTube ever made was giving your channel back. You made all kinds of promises to people. Oh, if I get my channel back, I'll be nicer to people. I'll do this and I'll do that. And the moment you got your channel back, you basically stuck your fingers in your ears and blew a raspberry and you became worse than ever. You've gotten away with so much on YouTube. I'm not exactly sure why YouTube continues to keep your channel, but they do. And here's the funny thing, because there is a funny thing in all this. I think it's more appropriate that you have your channel. Let me tell you all why. Because what would be worse for someone like Foodie Beauty? Is it door number one? She loses her channel, right? She flips out, she goes bananas. But then she makes another one. Or door number two, she keeps her channel and she watches her views go further and further down. And the super chats get less and less, and the memberships drop off. What's worse, to have a channel completely taken away from you, or to have a channel and even though it's still up, it just keeps dropping? I think it's door number two. But again, it's her fault. She's not evolving, she's not fixing the situations at hand. And so she just gets what she gets, and she's not getting much, to the point where she's making 99-cent tier and she's giving engagement to herself. She's watching her own channel die off, and she's not stopping it.
I don't honestly at this point. I don't think deplatforming, unless it's very extreme, is right. But if you're gonna be fair is fair, then I really don't think that. That's just my opinion. I don't think BBJ should be with you or FFG. BBJ was with me for a long, long, long time, and I took very good care of her. So, other than the nail incident, I disagree.
You know what? Forgive my bad language, y'all. Chantal, fuck off. The nail situation happened twice. On top of that, poor baby, she had dental issues that went untreated for a year. Stage 1 kidney disease. So you'll mention one problem, what the other problems that were going on? She had dirty ears, lack of food. F off with all that. Oh, the nail problem was no big deal. Yes, it was. Ingrown nails are painful. They can lead to infection. She had mats in her fur. As a cat owner myself, fuck all the way off with that. Seriously. The nail thing happened twice. It shouldn't have happened once. It happened twice. That poor baby was suffering. She's not suffering anymore. Not because you took her suffering away, because somebody else stepped in and took care of things that you could have taken care of. It wouldn't have cost you that much. But you were too busy stuffing your face and making trips to the green store and paying Natter. You couldn't be bothered. Shame on you. Shame. And while we're here, shame on Pete's too. Because they weren't his pets. I know that. He could have done more. He could have said something. He could have changed those litter boxes. He could have cleaned that place up. He didn't. So even though he's not the owner, he could have played a part in making sure they had a clean, nice environment. He didn't. Screw both of you, but especially you. Especially you.
But you can think what you want, it doesn't bug me. He didn't play porn on his video. He played he had an actress from Devil's Rejects on their channel, and he played a scene from it. Like, was it like a full scene? I don't know. But other people can keep their channels. People who like bully people and like call other people's moms whores, like that. How is that fair? I don't think YouTube is consistent with their banning, but that's just me. My whole shtick. I don't know. I like her. I like her streams because she sounds like educated. Seconds from here. Yeah. I'm 16 years older than my husband, and it doesn't matter. He likes that I'm older. He likes that quality.
I'm sure he does because you're an older woman and you're thirsty for love and you're an easy mark. There, I said it. Because it's the truth. I mean, you don't make it a secret that you want someone to fake love you and you'll pay for it. So those that need money are going to come out of the woodwork and take you up on your offer. Even though they have no idea of the Pandora's box they're going to get when they deal with you.
You know? So he actually listed today all the reasons he loves me. You know, like, um, and one of them was that I'm beautiful. He wishes I was healthier a bit, but
Chantal, he's a player. If all he has to do is look at you for 5 minutes and come up with some pretty words to tell you to make sure he gets paid, yeah, he's going to say what he's got to say. And he's going to do what he's got to do to get paid.
you know, that's something that I have to fight with myself and work on myself. That's not anything that anyone can change for me. You know what I mean? We are traveling. I can travel as a fat person. I came to the Middle East. I went to Cuba. Nothing stops me when I want to do something. Hi, Fatima. Hello.
Well, you should take that determination and make your life better. Get your health together. Why can't you take the determination that you have for getting money out of people for the eating and turn it into another direction? If you did, you would be unstoppable. You really would. I mean, a person like yourself, that you are so gung ho and so determined to get fast food that you will drive across the Canadian border to the United States just for a burger. You'll go that far just to get fast food. If you took that determination and turned it into another direction, you would be an unstoppable force, Chantal. But the problem is the bad things are what motivate you. The bad things, not the good things.
It increases your risk of a blood clot. Uh oh. Have you gotten a physical? Not really, Hannah.
Nope.
It is flavored tobacco, but there's no additives, like no bad harsh chemicals in it. It's
There, I'm sorry. No. Tobacco, whether it's in a cigarette or in shisha, it has tar. So if you're someone and you've got breathing problems and to the point where you need an inhaler, do you want that in your lungs? No, absolutely not.
it's just pure tobacco and the water, the vapor. I read something. I'd have to post the study. I'll post it after. Actually, I'm not much heavier. I'm maybe 10 pounds heavier than I was like when I was, I'm like 360.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I was 402 at my highest. I don't ever want to get there again. That's when I could really hardly walk. But I can walk around the beach and walk around places without no problem. I was walking all over the ship.
You know what, Chantal? Let's solve the argument right here. Let's do it. You got a scale? Step on that sucker. Step on it. Put the scale down on a tile floor, not carpet. Take your phone with you and step on the scale and show us the number. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. I'll say I was wrong. I apologize, Chantal. I'm sorry. Prove us wrong. Step on a scale. Show us a true weigh in. Show it to where you are not with your hand against the wall, holding on to it. Step on a doggone scale. Prove that you're not lying for once.
You know, A plus as a Muslim, we get buried in a white cloth. You're an ethical vegan? Yeah,
You know what? I'll take it a step further. Go to a doctor's office and step on a medical scale that we know you haven't messed around with. Because home, like scales you can put it at home, you can mess around with those. Pete's proved that. Proved that you were dialing it back by 70 pounds. Get on a medical scale. One of those old fashioned type things where you step on it and there's like the weight system up top. Yeah, do that. If I'm wrong, If I'm wrong in saying that you're over 500 pounds and like just say you're 350, 360, I will say, I'm sorry, Chantal. I was wrong in that assumption. I apologize. But prove me wrong first before I apologize.
60. Yeah, I mean, I'm not ashamed. I don't know.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, I'm not proud to be 360, but I'm not like super ashamed of myself or anything, you know?
Then why are you lying about your weight?
I accept myself the way I am. That doesn't mean that I don't want to work on myself, but it's just really hard, you know? Yeah, oral fixation. Yeah, I need to like do something like, you know, I don't know, I try to eat like sunflower seeds instead of like actual food or have Nescafe or smoke shisha. I try to just save it for like if I'm live or if we're watching a movie, I just have one a day.
Yeah, you have one a day, but you're smoking it nonstop during that session. You might as well smoke a whole carton of cigarettes while you're at it.
Salah weighs, I don't even know. Need to be quarantined here. He doesn't need to be have a passport. So it's just the microchip and a certificate from the vet. What kind of tea do you have? English
I
breakfast?
don't even know what that was. Sound like your phone going off. What was that?
Can you get Xanax from the walk? I don't know,
That scared me.
Kayla. I never tried. I had spicy mayo. You will take the hamster? Oh, no, the hamster is still here. Helly. Um, address truthfully, trip for going camping and getting lost in the woods. Um, I didn't know that happened.
Everybody in the chat, like this person, Happy Hippie Holly says maybe you can get Ozempic in Kuwait. I don't know if you know this, Holly. She tried the Ozempic thing a while back. She did it because she heard that you can lose a little bit of weight on Ozempic. That was the appeal for her. I believe at the time she had some kind of insurance, and the insurance covered the cost of the Ozempic because Ozempic is not cheap. I looked up the cost of the Ozempic and my jaw dropped to the floor. Like a 1 month supply of Ozempic, if I remember correctly, it can cost upwards of $700 or $900 per month. And I know for Chantal, at the time that she was making all that money, that's a drop in the bucket, that's nothing. But she was looking at the Ozempic as a shortcut to weight loss. And for the amount of weight that she has on her and the amount she has to lose, that was not going to work. Because if you do the Ozempic thing and you're wanting to lose weight on it, you have to follow that up with exercise and diet. It's not just take the shot and you melt down the pounds overnight. So she did the Ozempic for a while and it did not work quickly for her. She didn't like it because it made her nauseous and she could not eat. And then after the Ozempic, that's when she got heavily into the uh, party favors, the energetic white powder that you put up your nose. And that gave her energy to do all those lunatic live streams where she was live streaming six to 10 hours a day. It did cut her appetite and she did lose some weight. We could see the weight loss in her face. We could see more of her cheekbones and her ears weren't pressed against the side of her head. But because she was using that for weight loss, she would do that. She would take the white powder. She would not eat for a while. But then after she's done for the day and she wants to come down and she wants to sleep, she would do the edibles, which would stimulate her appetite. And that's when she would have the bee moments. So what she was trying to use the powder for, it would instantly backfire the moment she would do the edibles. And she always did too much. Everything she always does too much. and she actually gained more weight. So that little bit she did lose in a bad way, she gained it all back and then some. So she's always looking for a shortcut to doing something rather than just taking a more solid, rewarding path, because the rewarding path does take longer, but it does work.
And what do you mean? She's lost now? Chandra. It's funny how you guys wonder about tooting. That's so funny. I used to be so open with that, I guess. Did you know Sofa King was a woman? No. But you know what? I had suspicions. There aren't too many straight men, no offense, who like hang out in my chat. There might be a few, but hello, Arrow. Don't
The unholy trinity: sofa, Lambo, and cheeseburgers. Yeah, I remember them. They don't like me. I don't like them either. They were rude to me when they came into my chat. That's why I blocked them all.
you miss being able to get up and go out in your own car? Sometimes, but not enough to like really affect me. Mary Beth, Salah's not gone all day. So, you know, sometimes like just to go out and run errands. Like he went to the grocery store now. L dog, do you a little bit. Do you want to live in Kuwait forever? I don't know. 400 dinar. No, it costs about. It depends. Hello, Rosemary. Oh, the beaver. Say, that works. Swell. Yeah, I'm missing all the good drinks at Starbucks. Actually, they have them here. I just since we have like Latifa, which is better than Starbucks, I never go there. We all
That's because Starbucks is expensive, and if she's trying to watch her money, she can't go to Starbucks no more and just roll up and order like 20 bucks in Starbucks every day. Why do you think she's drinking the Nescafe? Because it's cheaper.
also have okay. Here's the coffee. We have Costa coffee. I haven't tried. We have Caribou coffee, which is really good.
Anybody believe that she prefers to drink the Nescafe over the Starbucks? Because I don't. If she had her way, if she lived next to a Starbucks or down the street, she'd be there every day. She would. But Starbucks, if you got a habit, if you go there every day, that can add up. So she's drinking the Nescafe because she's broke.
Um,
Not that there's anything wrong with drinking Nescafe, mind you. I just want to put that out there. There's nothing wrong with instant drinks, but she's a Starbucks baby. She loves her Starbucks.
what happened with us? She went into you know who's chat before, which was not cool. So then I just like that voice needs a burger. Blur the names. People are in they're hilarious.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. So she's got a Nescafe and she's got that too?
No, we changed the lock today, so that's why I'm showing you this key. But yeah, I should be more modest and not put things in my nose. You're right.
You know what, guys? Listen, we've got another 40 minutes left in this video. And I'm listening to her. She's talking about the same old stuff and just bringing up stuff from the past. And we've been here before. So I know this react was a little bit longer than what I normally do, but I wanted to cover the mukbang and this and stuff on Twitter and the comments. So we just wrapped it all together. I am not about that life of doing like 3 or 4 videos back to back. We just put it all into one, make things easier, not harder. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you'd like, please leave a comment. Would love to hear from you. And I hope that the sound, for those of you that were complaining about the sound, was better today. Again, I apologize. Sometimes I forget that the volume is down and then I turn it up. Uh, I got the mic placed away from me. I don't know if that would help, but just let me know in the comments, like the feedback. I'm interested in your feedback. So thank y'all for being here and please have a good day. Bye bye.